there's now a plethora, okay, of models you can kind of just pull from, and you can add a little bit of your data to these models, right? And quote unquote fine tune them. And this is a common approach. Okay, a lot of our competitors do this. I'd say our best-in-class competitors would do something like this. But this is fundamentally different from what we're talking about. Why? Because these models that you're pulling to kind of fine-tune, these models are sort of focused on everything. Okay, these are relatively small models because that's how they need to function, right? They need to function in real time, they need to be inexpensive, and so on and so forth. But they're not hyper-focused on retail. They're not hyper-focused on, the customer that's looking to buy stuff for their boat, or the customer that's looking to buy an outfit for Coachella, or whatever it is, right? They're focused on everything. They're focused on understanding, I don't know, apes and parrots on Wikipedia, and cars and this and that, right? And so it's very natural to sort of, understand that there's going to be a big sort of performance gap between this very basic sort of fine-tuning approach that's kind of de rigueur with like a lot of our competition and distillation via simulation.
As Vivek describes the model that we've built using the distillation via simulation approach and how that compares to what our competitors do, you need a small model to operate at the speed and scale and at the cost, right, that's necessary for commerce. And that's been a big part of what we've solved for. The analogy is, think of a big jar, right? What our competitors are doing is, and that jar is a certain size, right? You got to fit all the information into that jar. They'll start with an open source model that's really good at understanding a lot of things about everything, right? And you fill up that jar with this open source model pretty high. And then you take a retailer's data, their product catalog, some of their clickstream data, and they add a little bit of it on and shake it up. And that's what they call, their LLM-based approach. What we're doing via distillation via simulation is actually filling the entire jar with information that only pertains to that particular retailer, their customers, and their products, and how they talk about them, how they shop about them. So now this entire jar is super focused on everything that customer needs to know to have a meaningful interaction with their customers.